Hello everyone, this is Rithun Krishnan from CKF, and today I'll be going over USACO 2019 January contest Bronze Problem 1 Shell Game. Let's first start off by reading the question. To pass the time, Bessie the cow and her friend Elise likes to play a version of the game they saw at the county fair. To start, Bessie puts 3 inverted shells on a table and places a small round pebble under one of them. At least she hopes it is a pebble. She found it on the ground in one of the pastures. Bessie then proceeds to swap pairs of shells, while Elsie tries to guess the location of the pebble. The standard version of the game, the cows saw being played at county fair, allowed the player to see the initial location of the pebble, and then required guessing its final location after all the swaps are completed. However, the cows like to play a version where Elise does not know the initial location of the pebble, and where she can guess the pebble location after every swap. Bessie, knowing the right answer, gives Elsie a score at the end equal to the number of correct guesses she's made. Given the swaps and guesses, but not the initial pebble location, please determine the highest possible score Elsie could have earned. Now, let's look at the input format. The first line of input contains an integer n giving the number of swaps. Each of the next n lines describes the step of the game contains 3 integers a, b, and g, indicating the shells a and b were swapped by Bessie, and then Elsie guessed shell g after the swap was made. All 3 of these integers were either 1, 2, or 3, and a does not equal to b. Output format. Please output the maximum number of points Elsie could have earned. So we have the first number representing the amount of guesses she's made, and the amount of turns she took, and these are each steps of the game. So let's work it out. So first we have shells 1, 2, and 3. And then she swaps 1 and 2. Thereby resulting 2, 1, 3. And in order to get the maximum number of correct guesses, we're assuming she guessed the first one correctly. So the location of the pebble is 2. And in the first one, she guesses at location 1. So, guesses she's got 1 correct guess so far. Next, she flips 3 and 2. So location 3 and 2 will be swapped. 2, 3, 1. She then guesses location 1 again. And that's correct, since the location is still 2. And then she swaps 1 and 3. So that ends up resulting 1, 3, and 2. She guesses 1 again, but 1 is not the correct guess, so the correct answer is 2, and which will be the output format. Now let's see how I made this code. First, I imported a scanner so I could get the inputs, and I made the scanner. Next, I want the number of guesses she takes, and I made it into an int. Then I input the next line to clear the format for next int. Then I made the variable to count how many correct guesses she's done. Now I made a shell representing the game. These values will be shell. And location will be the correct location. So in this case, the location would be 2. Now I go through each number of guesses every time. This will represent the values we get from here. The first index will be the first variable swap, the second index will be the second one we swap, and third one will be the index where she guesses. I go over 2 so I could get in the first value as an int, and I subtract it by -1 because indexes start from 0, not 1. And then I delete the substring so I could get the next value. And after completing the loop, I add in the last value since we only go to 2. Next, I swap the variable, I swap the two values by creating a temporary int to store shells move 0. Because when we update this value, the original value will be gone, so it's good to save it beforehand. Next, we must find what the location is. So, if it's the first turn, the location will be set to the guess she makes, and then guess will also be increased. Or if it's not his first turn, and it equals the same location, you add more guesses, and then you print the correct number of guesses in the end. And that's it for today. Please check our backlog to see other codes, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.